Thanks for joining us. Another edition of Emerald Downs Weekly right here on NBC Sports Northwest. And we have some live racing to talk about. Opening day was last Saturday, April 20th. It happened, 2 o'clock. Pretty nice afternoon. Joe Withy along with Gary Doherty and track president Phil Ziegler. And fellas, boy, I think opening day went pretty well. How about from the president's view?
Oh, it was a lot of fun. The weather was great. The even Mount Rainier that had been hidden away by the clouds came out in full force for the final race of the day. Over 5,000 people at the track, and there's always something very special about opening day.
Yeah.
A lot of exciting races that we're going to review, and it was just a fun day.
We did have some good finishes on the track, some new jockeys. Gary, we've got just a full promotional schedule this year, and
Yes.
we had our first one on opening day, a little giveaway for fans.
Yeah, excuse me, over $5,000 in jewelry, a bunch of nice rings that people won. Unfortunately, Phil, I did not have my name pulled. Did not win any fancy jewelry.
Doesn't he know the rules on that yet, or
Yeah.
is that still funny?
He puts his name in there 100 times anyway, but well, he didn't pick it out.
But it was fun. We had 2 drawings. We had lots of people enter the contest, so that made for a very fun opening day Saturday.
Yeah, we've been having some nice giveaways on opening day, the 24-karat giveaway. We have a lot of promotions upcoming to talk about as well. But, yeah, as Phil mentioned, the sun came out in the afternoon, 9 races at Emerald Downs. And, Gary, you got the jockeys all down there and introduced, and there was a big crowd checking out the new jockeys this year.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. We had about 15 jockeys come out for the to be announced to the crowd, and we did after race 2, so that was a lot of neat
JC
stuff here.
Estrada, he's
Yep.
been here a
He's
couple
styling.
months getting on horses. Hey, how about Juan
Yeah.
Gutierrez back after a year away?
Javier Matias.
Defending Longacres Mile champion aboard Barkley. So some familiar names and several new ones. We'll have more information on some of the new jockeys in upcoming shows. We're just getting underway here at Emerald Downs for the season. We've got 1 day in the books and a 2-day weekend coming up this weekend. But let's keep talking about opening day a little bit more. Let's look at some races. Everybody was ready for that first race, especially the Big Bill horse trained by Jose Navarro. And that would be Tumac Mountain, who had a nice win last year. And he slipped away at some odds a little bit there in that short field. And by the way, the field size was tremendous. We had an average of 8 horses per race on opening day.
Yeah, and winning jockey Patrick Henry.
Yep.
And Gary and I both looked at each other and said he won the first race last year as well. So that's 2 years in a row, Patrick Henry winning the first race of the meet.
Yeah, that's great. You know, he came strong in Portland. He won the Portland Meadows meeting that was concluded in February. So Patrick Henry making quick inroads here in the Pacific Northwest after his first season at Emerald Downs last year.
And, excuse me, Jose Navarro, that was his second win of the first race of any season. He's done it twice now, which ties Robbie Bays. There are only 2 trainers to win the first race of a season twice at Emerald Downs. That's not my stat of the week, but that's a good one.
That's a great one.
Yes.
No, congratulations to
Yeah.
Jose.
Yeah.
John Lindley, author of Parker's, was saying Jose's return runners off layoffs haven't been scoring at too good of a rate, but, he reversed that trend with Tumac Mountain. We had several great finishes on Saturday, and here's one of them in race 3, and the winner is back there in 6th right now in the middle of the track, the number 2 horse. He just keeps giving. It's a battle up front between Red Rock Trail, the Emerald Racing Club horse, and Colt 57 on the inside, but look at this finish. He just keeps giving under Franklin Sabalos. So Sabalos scores here at Emerald Downs early in his tenure up here. And that's a Frank Lucarelli trainee. Those are those well-known Chris Randall silks. Good finish there.
Yeah, he came way out of it. And the, opening day crowds, they're a little extra vocal cheering for the horse down the stretch. And that one just came out of nowhere.
And let's go on to race number 4. Another good finish at Emerald Downs. On the inside, Lulu's Lightning, a first-time starter, and next to her is Suddenly Awesome. These two pretty much pulled away and had their own race. Lulu's Lightning by Harbor the Gold, a full sister to My Chief, gets the better of Suddenly Awesome, who's out of sudden departure. Good Washington family, both. And
Look at that! Look at that winner circle
Yeah,
picture.
Gary
there.
Wales aboard.
Wow, Phil.
Gary ended last year with those silks on Northwest Factor and the Gottstein, and he's riding Lulu's Lightning for How We Roll #6, trainer Steve Bullock, and that was the Don Miller Memorial Race, race number 4.
Big crowd.
Yeah, just a huge crowd to remember Don, our starter the last 4 years, but part of Northwest Racing since 1976 in so many capacities. Just a great employee, Phil, as you know, and just studied his craft. He worked his craft, and he put all that intensity in the off season into hunting and fishing, and he did leave us too early last fall. And Mark Gibson's our starter again, who Donnie worked under for several years here.
Yeah, Mark's really good, and definitely, like you said, a big loss
Yeah.
losing Donnie over the off season, and it was great to see everybody out there for the 4th race.
Yeah. Our feature race on opening day was an older horse sprint, and it was a 7-horse field. And some, solid horses in there. Many of them had done some good things at Emerald Downs last year. And let's watch the final part here of the opening day feature of the Muckleshoot Casino Purse.
And they swing off the turn and race for home. He's Not Gray leads the charge with a final furlong to go. Guarding the money is In Pursuit. Wine at 9 drops back the outside. Late save from Bob's All In. 100 yards for home. He's Not Gray reaching in. Here's the finish. He's Not Gray wins it by 2.5.
He's Not Gray. I think I mentioned that horse on last week's show as a possible good horse.
That was your pick, Joe.
Nice pick.
Very good.
He was actually the 4th favorite in a 7-horse field. He was the only 4-year-old in the race, and it was his 4th straight victory. And he was number 4, wasn't he? Didn't I just see a 4? Anyway, He's Not Gray for John Parker, who was our 3-time defending owner titleist.
Yeah, pretty impressive. Great first day, and we're going to go to break right now with some sights and sounds of opening day here at Emerald Downs.
Emerald Downs Weekly, NBC Sports Northwest, day number 2 at Emerald Downs, coming up this Saturday at 2 p.m., day number 2. Then day number 3 is Sunday at 2 p.m. as well. We're not far off from our first Friday night of racing, Gary, and we have a Fab Friday on May 10th. Yeah, and what are Fab Fridays like at Emerald Downs? Well, you get a free t-shirt when you come into the track with your paid admission. That t-shirt is good for free admission if you wear it any Friday the rest of the season, all the way until late September. So Fab Fridays start on May 10th. Yeah, we've got a t-shirt right here. There it is, black and Emerald Downs. So we'll be ready.
$3 Bud and Bud Lights.
Okay, that's great too. And live music as well.
Jimmy Vegas Band. We'll be playing the first Friday night. We have a band lined up every Friday during the season.
That is great. Yeah, that tradition is growing at Emerald Downs. Music
Also,
up on the 5th floor.
Yeah, every Saturday night, 8 o'clock. This Saturday night, we've got Loverboy and an easy ZZ Top band that's all female. So come on out Saturday night, 8 p.m. It's free to get in. It's got to be 21 and over.
There it is, Dancing at the Downs. Free to get in.
Yes.
And plenty of great parking right near the building as well. As you all know where Emerald Downs is, right off 167 in Auburn, 15th Northwest exit. New York Steak and Eggs, every Thursday through Sunday, 10 p.m. to 12:30 a.m. That's getting popular, Phil.
Yes, that's a great deal.
It is.
Kind of reminds you of Vegas and Reno years ago,
Yeah.
and they used to have those late night specials, breakfast specials, and $3.95, great price. And I know, Gary, you've had a few of those.
I'm digging the hash browns.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic price, and it's a New York steak and 2 eggs as well. So if you're out late night, Thursday through Sunday, those plenty of time to get a steak and eggs. Okay, so some upcoming promotions, some ongoing promotions. How about this weekend, Gary?
Yes, 2 days for the teachers. Teachers Appreciation Weekend, both Saturday and Sunday. Show your ID. You get in for free. Bag of chips and a Coke, and come out and watch some live
Program
racing.
too, I believe.
And
And a program. That's
Phil,
correct.
Phil was very generous and threw in a program there at a recent meeting we had.
Both days, Saturday and Sunday.
And this is for all school district employees,
Yes.
whether you're a teacher, a teacher's assistant, you work in the office, if you're a custodian, whatever it is, if you work for a school district or a university around here, just show your ID and you get all that stuff, free admission and chips, soda,
That's Saturday
program.
and Sunday.
Yes. Who is that?
Wow.
Well,
That's
I'm
black
holding
and
the
white.
trophy along with Dave Anderson.
Really?
That was back when we won the CYO City Soccer Championship. Yeah, it was in the 60s.
Wow.
60s.
And
Is that your favorite teacher? Who was his teacher there?
Well, I was thinking more about sports back then. Coach Galletti is cut off a little bit on the left. That's Coach Ashby over on the right side of the screen. But we won the city championship. We beat Assumption 7-0 in the title game on Turkey Day at Lower Woodland.
Wow.
And our best player was that kid right above Dwayne Ashby, the coach, Mark Gravel. He was a fourth grader. He was the best
Fourth
player
grader?
on the team, playing with fourth, fifth, and sixth graders.
Did he have a hat trick?
And he went on to become a heck of a football player for Glacier High School. So that was, I was thinking more about sports.
Oh
than
my!
school.
There's my favorite teacher of all time, Mrs. Costa Nunez. I had her 2 years in a row. She moved up in a grade. I moved up in a grade. So which one am I? Come on.
That's easy.
You're in the top row.
Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't changed much, have I?
No.
Were you a good student?
I know that guy in the bottom right. I still know him on
Do ya?
Facebook, I think. There's a few people. And the guy right next to me, I still know him too.
That's out there in Long Island?
Long Island, Lynbrook, Atlantic Avenue Elementary. Big shout out. That building is still there.
Wow.
Is
Yes.
that right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Long
so
time ago.
teacher appreciation.
This weekend.
Yes.
Phil
What a-
remembers his. This must be, I'm not in that one. Phil, are you in that one?
gotta
That's
be-
Maplewood Heights.
Oh,
at-
Gary,
Yeah.
this is Gary.
Yeah.
I'm looking for
in
the
Renton.
bald head.
Bald head. No, back in the day.
Oh,
Yeah.
no!
Yes.
I would not have guessed that.
We're at-
Grade
Red-
5.
Red was in back then.
Mrs. Fenker?
Yes.
Fenkner?
Maplewood Heights.
Good teacher?
I can't remember. I can't recall.
No? Okay.
That's a
You
long
really
time
look
ago.
like
You
a
always-
troublemaker in
yeah,
that,
don't
don't you? You look like you're
Well, they put
plotting
the
something.
short kids in front.
High school
Hey!
picture.
Nice.
Yes.
That's not that great of a picture.
No, I came from an old.
Although, maybe it's just you. I don't know if it's you or it's the photo itself.
It's the photo.
Okay.
Yeah, retake.
Not a
Oh,
high school
my.
shot?
High school shot. Hazen High School.
Was that your favorite teacher that we saw there?
No, Mr. Remlinger was my favorite teacher. He taught English at Hazen and introduced us to the racing form and how to get the linkers after the last period. So
That's
that's
good.
what got me introduced into horse racing. It was an English teacher at Hazen High School, Mr.
Yeah.
Remlinger.
Plenty of the teachers at Hazen and Renton would sell tickets or work at Long Acres real
Yeah.
close. Okay, so some of our teaching relations back in the day. And some other promotions upcoming. Kentucky Derby Day, not too far away. It is the first Saturday in May, which would be May 4th. We're going to be open. First race, our regular time at 2 p.m., and we'll have prizes in the hat contest once again. Judges will be out and about, right, rating different hats in different categories.
Yeah, you come to the track, sign up on track level. We'll have a table there, and we'll take pictures, and we'll decide who did the best in the 6 different categories. Everybody wins a $50 gift card to Emerald Downs.
Busloads of hipsters come out to the track on that day. All ages, actually. People that want to bet. It's the best betting race in North America because there's 20 horses in the Kentucky Derby, and the odds are juicy. But casual fans like to wager as well, and we're busy that day.
It's fun. If you wear a hat, just wear a hat whether you win or lose in the contest. You get in for free.
There you go.
So
Good.
just any
Forgot about that.
decorative hat gets you in for free. And then categories for not only the gals, but the guys. And we
Kids.
have ones for couples
Yep.
and for the kids as well. So everybody get dressed up for Derby Day. It's always a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's been a great tradition at Emerald
Mint
Downs.
juleps,
People
too.
are-
Mint juleps.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
Gotta
so
drink those.
what do we want to do here, fellas? Do we want to talk about, some news in the Derby that you informed me of yesterday? Our top
Yeah.
stakes trainer the last couple of years, Blaine Wright, has been on the Derby trail.
Twist of fate. They decided they're number 23 right now, and they're going to play it conservative, take a few more weeks off, and get ready to run in the Preakness, the second jewel back in Baltimore. I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, well, he ran second in a couple big races, the Sunland Derby and the Lexington Stakes. Did another twist of fate with Blaine in charge, and they're going to skip the Derby. They earned automatic entry into the Preakness by winning the El Camino Real Derby back in the winter, and 2 seconds since then. So that'll be an exciting day at Emerald Downs. 2 weeks after the Derby, May 18th, the Preakness, another twist of fate headed toward that. So fantastic. Derby day at Emerald Downs. Once again, first race at 2 p.m. That'll be Saturday, May 4th. And looking forward to that. We'll have more, probably a little bit more on the Derby, but much more on the show. Emerald Downs Weekly. Thanks for joining us. And if you're watching on Thursday night at 11 p.m., you can also catch a rerun at 9 a.m. on Friday morning. We'll be right back.
Just in case you missed any of these wonderful banter jokes, you can watch it again the next day.
School buses coming in
See
by the
Gary,
hundreds.
Your school pictures, I would not have picked you out.
No.
The second one.
I would not have picked you out.
Red.
Nice shirt.
Emerald Downs Weekly every week. And we're just a little more than a week away from the Run for the Roses, the Kentucky Derby. And boy, we were sure rooting for Blaine Wright, owner Peter Redekop, another twist of fate. Not so, as we just talked about, but I think we have some leans. A lot of times at this point I don't, but I have a little lean this year. Phil, how about you?
Yeah, we'll make our official picks next week, but right now I'm kind of leaning towards Code of Honor, winning the Fountain of Youth and finishing third in the Florida Derby, and I just like his running style. I think it's going to fit in the Derby.
Okay. What a big race in Florida. How about you, Gary?
Well, I'm going to go with a horse that last started at the Big A, Tacitus. A few things he's got to overcome. Bill Mott's 0 for 8 as a trainer in the Derby. Jose Ortiz is 0 for 4. And one of the greatest sires of our time, Tappet, has never had a winner in the Kentucky Derby. Right. So maybe this is the horse.
Okay, well, he's coming in real sharp. Tacitus by Tappet. And I'm going to take a third horse. I'm going to go with Roadster, trained by Bob Baffert. Won the Santa Anita Derby over Game Winner. He can stalk and finish as he showed in the Santa Anita Derby. He's 2 for 2 as a 3-year-old. Got the breeding, the racing, the trainer.
New rider now. New rider, right?
That's right. Mike Smith got off Roadster to stay with Omaha Beach, but Florent Giroux aboard. So that's where I'm going. We have 3 different picks. We might have to get a little 3-horse box going on Derby Day. Or our official picks will come next week. Hey, this weekend at Emerald Downs, racing Saturday and Sunday, as we said. April 29th is the official 40th birthday for Chinook Pass. And, of course, Chinook, the only Washington-bred Eclipse Award winner, did leave us a few years ago. Lafitte Pinkai came up, and that's at Jill Hallen's farm. He went over to the farm in Maple Valley and got reunited with Chinook, who loved people, that horse. I think Lafitte did too. And there's Jill, who was with Chinook about the last 25 years of his life after his brilliant racing career ended. She took him so many times off the farm. He led so many post-parades at Emerald Downs, appearances here. That picture on the left was taken by Dwayne Hamamura, the gate break from the 1983 mile, one of the really dynamic pictures in the history of Washington racing. How about that valuable trophy right there?
The only one, right?
Yep.
Only Wabred to ever won an Eclipse Award.
The only Washington-bred champion sprinter of 1983. And we're going to celebrate his birthday on Sunday here at Emerald Downs by remembering Chinook Pass. And he just loved to have people around. He just thrived. Jill said he would actually sulk when some of his little promotions were over because they didn't last long enough. But let's remember him on the track. And Gary, I'm sure you saw him run live a couple of times.
Exactly.
He had a great 2-year-old season, won a couple of stakes. He was very fast at 3. And here is the owner's handicap of 1982. Jody Davidson aboard, and he stopped the timer in 55 and 1. And that is still the fastest time on dirt in North American history, way back in 1982.
I was there on the rail that day, Joe, and hard to believe, but I bet the horse that ran second, My Omen.
Okay, well, Chinook Pass was a heavy favorite in that
Kicked my
race.
butt that day, Phil.
I think he'd won the speed handicap and the governor's handicap as a 3-year-old. And let's watch more of Chinook Pass in action. Actually, this is the 1982 mile after the owners, and a 3-year-old has not won the mile since 1958. He's
Wow.
trying to do it here against
Yes.
Pompey Court.
Hung on very, very gallant in that race.
Sandy Hawley came up to ride Pompey Court. Chinook
yep.
held on for second right there, as that was police inspector coming up very quickly for third, but Bud Klokstad trained him here at Long Acres.
Yes, and owner High Stable.
Yeah,
That
Ed
was the name.
Purvis,
Yep.
Seattle policeman.
Right.
And Chinook went down to Southern California after that, and he was still pretty darn fast. I mean, well, let's watch him in action in a stakes race at Santa Anita.
And down the stretch they come. It's Chinook Pass, in front by 4.5 lengths. General Jimmy second, Unpredictable is third, coming to the wire. Chinook Pass, wire to wire.
And that was the Palos Verdes at
Yep.
Santa Anita.
Right.
And Chinook dusted a field. And the West Coast has been always known for very fast sprinters. They couldn't really beat him down there.
No.
Very rarely. He came back up in the summer of '83, his 4-year-old year, and contested a overflow field in that year's Long Acres Mile. Lafitte Pinkai up to ride. And here's the '83 mile.
As down the stretch they come, Chinook Pass has that lead of 5 lengths. Traveling Victor is in second. Earthquack is third. Moon Lately, Foolish Owners. Here comes Native Chic on the outside. Chinook Pass has the lead of 5. He's Chinook Pass.
Almost won it as a 3-year-old. Got it at age 4 by a record 6.5 lengths.
Yeah, I remember that day very fondly.
Oh,
and
boy.
looked it up. 6 jockeys won races aboard
Okay.
Lafitte Pinkai and aboard Chinook Pass. Pinkai was 7 for 8, and Gary Bays was 4 for 5. So
Okay.
those are the 2 big jockeys that won the lion's share of the races aboard the great Chinook Pass.
Boy, yeah, the greatest Washington bred ever, and what he did in Southern Cal, winning the Eclipse Award, it was tremendous, and so many appearances after racing. Jill had him involved in appearances at Emerald Downs. He was at the Torchlight
Movie
Parade.
theater too.
Oh, yeah,
Remember?
the Overlake Cinema
Yeah.
for the premiere of Seabiscuit, the Red Lion Inn, Shorecrest High School. He was involved in all of those things, Chinook Pass, and just loved people and was calm as heck. You wouldn't know that because Jill Hallen got to experience his
Right.
speed a couple of times just trail riding. Uh-oh, this horse is real powerful. She said he had 2 engines in the
2.
front and the back. Well, he's a rare horse.
Chinook was out front one year where we all got honorary pictures with him. Remember that?
That was our 10-year anniversary.
I remember
back
that.
in 2006.
Yes.
He was the guest star. That's the Overlake Cinema right there, actually.
Wow.
Yeah, he was. And Jill said she never had to sedate him. Torchlight Parade, popular Seattle parade.
There he is.
There he is.
Movie.
That's at Shorecrest High School with Galen Mitchell on him. Another shot of coming up in the movie theater. That's what you're talking about, Gary, the 2006 10-year anniversary. Ron Crockett getting his picture taken. So many did when they entered the track that day back in '06. And we remember Chinook Pass. We'll do it again Sunday, and you'll see some of his races on the big screen. We'll be right back with more Emerald Downs Weekly.
Henry, that horse had a better social life than you have.
Bill's envious.
Doing a lot of stuff.
The pick of the week on Emerald Downs Weekly, and there is the aforementioned Chinook Pass, the great Chinook Pass in a retirement ceremony at Long Acres. Jill Hallen leading him on her pony, and aboard Chinook Pass, that's current trainer Steve Bullock, who
Really?
worked for Howard Belvoir for several years and just was a great hand with horses, and that had to be proud.
What
moment
year
for
was that,
Steve.
Joe, approximately?
I think it was '84.
Okay.
I know he was in training in 1984 for a while. He never did make it back to the races after his 83-mile victory.
Okay.
That was his
Yeah,
last
start.
race, but he was in training for quite a while, but didn't make it back. Chinook Pass. Love talking about him. Okay, stat of the week. Gary, what do you got for us this week? Joe
That-
versus Gary.
That's right. I get to decide the winner, and so far
What's the
Joe
score?
is up 1-0,
One-
and this is
1-0?
show number 2. And we got to think of a good prize for the winner at the end of the season. But
My stat is based off
Jockeys.
jockeys.
It is? I was
Yes.
just guessing.
24,
digs his
24
jockeys.
opening days here at Emerald Downs. Trying to look up what jockeys have ridden the most race meets here at Emerald Downs going through 2019. And Connie Dahl, Jennifer Whitaker, and Juan Gutierrez, Javier Matias all rode opening day. They've all closed on Galen Mitchell, who has raced on 21 of the 24 years of racing here at Emerald Downs. 2 women are second, Joe, Connie and Jennifer, right behind Galen's record of 21. They could be approaching in time that next year, Phil.
I'm
right.
actually surprised Connie doesn't have more because she's been here every year. She just didn't ride every year, apparently. And Galen, of course, rode in our first 20 seasons.
He did.
And he's our all-time leading jockey. Juan is a little less than 100 wins behind Galen Mitchell. Okay, Gary stat.
Whitaker's got 20 straight years, too.
right?
Yeah, that's right.
Joe,
Ever
what's
since
your
she started.
stat?
Come on,
Okay,
Joe.
my stat, there's been 83 Long Acres miles. 83. It goes back to 1935. And for 5 consecutive seasons, how's this? The mile has been run on its earliest date in history. That almost seems impossible, but Phil's responsible for that. Phil, if you
Yes.
keep being our president, we're going to have the mile in February one
It's
of
on the
these
same
years.
Sunday. I'm sorry. This one's going to be an easy victor because Joe, you're defaulted on this because the mile, it's not August. Gary's stat was about opening day, which is more topical now. So Gary, for this week,
Yes.
your stat
Well, that's
is the winner.
a little bit twisted,
I've
but
tied it up.
but still.
Tied it up.
1-1.
There you go.
That is pretty unique, though. 5 straight years the mile has been run on its earliest day ever.
Yes.
So next year. Ooh. Next year
Okay,
it could be
we
August
have.
10th.
We're going to take a look at.
Well,
Phil,
this is a little
Phil Ziegler production.
This
You
is
wanna-
a little bit. We wanted to show some folks because people asked us about a little bit of behind the scenes
Behind the
here at Emerald
scenes.
Downs. So we're going to do a little segment now called Behind the Scenes, and the first thing we're going to look at is Gary's work environment. Let's check it out.
Phil?
All right, Gary, we're going to show the folks a little bit behind the scenes here at Emerald Downs. And one of the most fascinating parts of the office tour is your desk.
It's a big desk, Phil.
What do you
and
got going on here?
It's been 3 or 4 days since we've run.
Can you explain the items on this desk?
Well, last week I had a nice green salad and decided to have some bacon bits with my salad.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good idea.
Can you explain the light bulb?
Well, my place where I live, the light went out, so I was going to bring them down here and figure out to go get some new ones. And somebody said if I throw them in the garbage, it might explode. So that's why it's still on the desk. It's a very special kind of light.
And what do we have? Let's turn around to this side.
Yes.
What do we have over here?
Well, this is my bag that I usually bring my referee gear to go on the officiate late at nights. It's kind
Yes.
of a hodgepodge looking bag, but it's big enough to put all my equipment in.
Can you explain the New Year's Eve party hat?
Up there, yes. We had a great show. We had over 500 or 600 here on New Year's Eve, and I was given one of the hats and danced around, had a good time on New Year's.
We have candy wrappers.
A few, not too many. We got tea.
We have various. How many cups? Let's count how many cups are on Gary's desk.
I see 4. You know what the over-under was? The over-under was 5.5.
5.5.
I came in on the under.
Right.
Yes.
What else you got here?
I got a Wings hat.
You got a Wings hat?
Yep.
Yes.
And
You're a big fan.
when the Trifecta King scores a trifecta,
That's where the crown
Yes.
is kept, ladies and gentlemen, in case you ever wanted to know.
yep, I need to dust it off here. We lost the first week. Got to try again this weekend. But all in all, Phil, it's not too bad. This is a very busy part of the building. Right, Sally?
There you go. Thank
Yeah.
you, Gary. Joe, you just asked a question that I did not have the guts to even look into because you just said, "What's in that bag?" I didn't want to know.
Oh, was that the first time you opened that compartment in about a year and a half?
Yeah, well, I've only been back racing for a week, so things are still unorganized. And me and Phil
Well,
are
get
thinking,
organized.
we're thinking maybe next week we'll come down to your desk area. Is it similar?
Okay.
I was thinking his
can find your
referee
way in there.
clothes were in that bag, and
It works for officiating gear, and sometimes I can bring in lunch.
Yeah, we're all allowed lunch. Speaking of lunch, there's some Sorelli's Pizza. Thanks so much to Kelly Dugan on opening day at Emerald Downs. He was so nice to our staff in the office, and that stuff went quickly. Sorelli's Pizza in Mount Lake Terrace, great friend of Emerald Downs. All right, we'll take a timeout, and we're hungry, but we'll be back, and we have more to come here on Emerald Downs Weekly.
Now I'm shocked. Did you say you didn't have any of that pizza?
Not one piece.
Wow.
Not one piece.
That is
Joe had a piece.
Oh, yeah. That's good. I love Sorelli's.
We could have the pizza eating contest have pies that big.
Emerald Downs Weekly on NBC Sports Northwest. And Gary's all smiling and happy. He won the stat showdown this week. Hey, Championship Sunday, August 11th. Put it on your calendars. It's going to be a great day here at Emerald Downs. Championship Sunday has the Long Acres Mile, of course, as the headliner as we point to that Northwest Jewel. But, Phil, we have added some great events that are part of the calendar every year, and they're all on the same day.
Yes, and incredible. But August 11th is the earliest the mile will ever be run.
It is.
Yes.
I mean,
You check your calendar there?
Uh-huh.
Count on
Maybe
it.
I had the winner wrong. Maybe Joe's the winner. I don't know. But yes, all
Gary,
four of those
unbeatable
races on
this
one
week.
day, and that's going to be a great pick four
Oh,
to
fantastic.
offer on.
The Distaff, which has been on Mile Day every year in Emerald Downs history, but the Muckleshoot Derby and the Washington Oaks, 3-year-old and 3-year-old filly, big races on Mile Day this year. Championship Sunday, August 11th. And the regular theme this year is to take a look down the road toward August 11th and talk about the Long Acres Mile. And let's look at our first of weekly videos.
The Long Acres Mile has an unmatched history of tradition, participation, and excitement in Northwest thoroughbred racing. This season, the mile is the featured event of Championship Sunday in August. Also scheduled are the Emerald Distaff, Muckleshoot Derby, and Washington Oaks. The mile began from Long Acres founder and operator Joe Gottstein's idea of a signature race, and the inaugural event attracted 16 runners from the $10,000 purse, Sunday placement, and unique distance, which offered a chance to both sprinters and routers. It's a Hall of Fame list among winning jockeys: Arcaro, Neves, Hardtack, Pierce, Longden, Shoemaker, Hawley, Pinkai, Stevens, Delahousse, Gomez, and Russell Bays. Local rider Gary Bays remains at the top of the list with 5-mile triumphs. Prominent Washington trainer Alan Drumheller won 4 times in the 1940s, and his total is topped only by Jim Penny, who won 5 miles between 1973 and 2006. Amblin won twice in the 1940s, while Washington-bred great Trooper 7 became the first back-to-back winner. Simply Majestic and Striker PhD also pulled off the difficult feat of 2 straight.
Striker PhD is flying like a Ferrari on the outside. Alert Bay's gonna have to deal with Striker PhD, who takes the lead and takes off. Striker PhD by 2.5. Alert Bay, Sammy Mandible coming from out of nowhere. Striker PhD has won it for Washington.
The majority of winners have prepped locally, but there's a big list of invaders from California, including Skywalker in 1986, the only horse to win the mile and the Breeders' Cup Classic in the same year.
Skywalker holds the lead. Bedside Promise is closing ground. Skywalker, Bedside Promise will drive on the outside. It's Skywalker, Bedside Promise, they're neck and neck. Bedside Promise, Skywalker, Skywalker, Bedside Promise.
In 1996, the winning team of Mike Pegram, Bob Baffert, David Flores, and Is It In Good made for a memorable day at brand new Emerald Downs. The Great Face took the richest mile first prize of $220,000 in 2007. Wasserman's hugely popular victory made Jennifer Whitaker the only woman jockey to tally.
Tropic Storm in front, 1.5 lengths. Wasserman, True Metropolitan, they're the dangers. Wasserman's getting them. Wasserman on the outside and True Metropolitan take over. Wasserman takes the lead. True Metropolitan fighting back. Wasserman in front, and Wasserman in a photo from True Metropolitan, and on the inside, Tropic Storm.
A Northwest horseman's goal is to participate in and win the Long Acres Mile.
Jennifer Whitaker aboard Wasserman in 2008. Boy, so many great Sundays here at Emerald Downs, Long Acres, the mile on August 11th this year. And the defending champion is expected to be back. His name is Barkley, and he has had a tremendous career. We visited Barkley down outside of Chehalis at Woodstead Farm. He had his own big paddock there, and if you rattled a little peppermint paper there, wrapper, he'd come over. Barkley, now 6 years old, the son of Munnings, has had all 17 of his races here at Emerald Downs and 9 victories, including the big one last year at the Long Acres Mile. He's been a tremendous horse around here. Howard Belvoir, of course, the trainer, picked up his 3rd mile last year. And another chestnut who is expected to make some inroads in that division, a Steve Bullock trainee by the name of Sip and Fire, who has been working very well. Of course, he won those 4 straight stakes races last year as a 3-year-old en route to his Washington Horse of the Year honors. And that is in early 2017. Barkley on the right with Howard Belvoir and a young Sip and Fire in his stall. Got the big white blaze, both of them red horses. And I'm hoping, full disclosure, part owner of Sip and Fire, that he can compete with Barkley coming down the stretch this year.
It's going to be great to see them. Of course, they should compete a number of times early throughout the season, right?
Yeah.
They'll hook up in all the stakes races.
There are the leading active stakes-winning horses at Emerald Downs heading into the 2019 season. Barkley on top with 6 stakes wins. Sip and Fire has 5. Mike Man's Gold, the venerable Elster statesman, and the Bellamia, now a 4-year-old filly, has been state champion each of her years of racing. And Riser with 4 stakes wins from just 7 Emerald Downs starts over the past couple of seasons. So the horses we featured there are right at the top of the list among quality. And there's more on Mile Day as well, Gary.
Exactly, Phil. This will be the earliest railbird rally in Emerald Downs history for the mile.
Are you mocking me?
It's going to be.
With all of your minutia I've heard over all these years.
Well, it's going to be the earliest one.
A lot of good stuff, too.
Yeah. August 11th, starting at 10 a.m., the railbird rally, and we'll have a DJ playing music, and we're going to have a big festivity leading up to the big 4 stakes races in the park.
It's going to be great. August 11th. Mark it down. A little earlier than some years. The Long Acres Mile. We'll be right back here on Emerald Downs Weekly.
Food trucks galore, too.
Yes, hey, Joe, you first one to say minutia on the air this year. That's good.
I'm sure he didn't say it last week.
Did you?
He usually...
Not my own self.
He's got a lot of self-disclosure.
Some people have described the show as minutia, just so you know.
Emerald Downs Weekly continues. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you at the track this weekend. Racing Saturday and Sunday. First race at 2 p.m. And again, just a ton of special events as well. We had great field size for the horse races on opening day. And again, this Saturday, we know we're over 8 horses per race again. So come on out. And we talked about Teacher Appreciation Weekend, Gary. That is next weekend, the 27th and 28th. There it is.
Yeah, in fact, this weekend, Joe, Saturday and Sunday.
This weekend.
Come on out, show your ID, get in for free, chips, soda program, bet the horses, and have a fun day. Right, Phil?
Yeah, and looking ahead, Derby Day we talked about in Cinco de Mayo, dancing horses and lots of festivities, and that if you've been to Premio Esmeralda, you're going to love Cinco de Mayo. It's going to be similar. And then, of course, the Fat Friday T-shirt giveaway, Mother's Day weekend, Preakness, lots of things coming up.
Mother's Day weekend, a great buffet here both Saturday and Sunday this year. Saturday, May 11th, Sunday, May 12th. Call the track for reservations on Mother's Day. Treat Mom well. We have a great time on Mother's Day here at Emerald Downs, racing at 2, and lots of nice giveaways as local businesses and friends of Emerald Downs support us and prize drawings. So be here for Mother's Day either Saturday or Sunday this year. And there's other things happening as well.
Yeah, and if you want to know all the stuff going on at the track, you can visit our website, emeralddowns.com. Gary keeps that updated. And we also have our Facebook page. Search for Emerald Downs there.
Our live brochure is up on the website. Yep, you can see it downloaded online at our website. And we got some big happenings this week, Phil. We've opened up you can register now to run your winter dog or your wannabe. go to our website, emeralddowns.com. One of the main first pages you'll see, you click on it, get a registration, fill it out, send it back via email, or come down and bring it down in person to the office. And we'll open the doors for at least 72 wiener dogs and as many wannabes. Phil, are you got a dog you want to enter?
No, but not in that category. And also, we're looking for beagles. We need beagles for our beagle races, and we have beagles and bulldogs. So go to the website for all that information and all the entry forms.
Yeah, lots of racing on the track at Emerald Downs this year. Once again, a tribute to Chinook Pass, the only Washington Eclipse Award winner, coming up his 40th birthday on Sunday. But before that, Saturday, let's pick a winner in a race. It's always we love handicapping. It's a challenge.
Did your horse? First? Your horse won last week, right?
Yeah, he's not gray. I was on him. So I'm going to take the feature race on Saturday. It's a filly and mare sprint at 5.5 furlongs for claiming of $30,000. If you were in for the price, it's an allowance optional claimer. I'm going to take McDove, the former Racing Club horse. She draws post number 7 out of 8. Her sprints were a lot better than her miles last year. She ran with Guardian 1 a few times. She'll be in with her. She's run with Jerry to Carry before as well. Kind of traded decisions with those, but a nice post. And again, really good sprint efforts in the barn, the Ross barn. Their horses fired nicely last weekend. I'm going to take McDove in number 7 in race 7 on Saturday. Gary?
I've got the same race.
Okay.
I'm going to take a horse that you mentioned, Guardian 1 with Gary Wales. Speed. Races 5.5 furlongs. The Chris Stanley run horse. She, at age 5 last year, broke her maiden first out going wire to wire.
3 wins from her last year. Yeah, she had a good season.
Yep, all wire to wire. Phil?
And, our leading trainer, Blaine Wright, has a couple in here, so it's kind of torn between them. But Glitter and Gold, only 3 starts last year, coming off the layoff, and might get overlooked in the betting. So I will take Glitter and Gold.
Okay, lightly raced daughter of Bodemeister had a big maiden win here at Emerald Downs last year. So there is 3 different looks at the feature race. Okay, we are going against each other in race 7 at Emerald Downs on Saturday, and looking forward to Sunday as well. And we're just going to keep adding days because pretty soon, Fab Friday, May 10th, we'll have a 3-day race week.
Jackpot Pick 7 wasn't hit Saturday. We've got a little bit of a carryover for this coming Saturday.
Good. Yeah, keep an eye on that, as we did have several exciting races, a couple of long shots on opening day's card, and everybody anxious to get back and do some live racing. So, okay, well, Norb is a good friend. Norbcam comes out for Seahawk away games, and he likes Emerald Downs now, Phil.
Yeah, we played this last week, and we're going to play it again. Some people said, please play that again so they could tape it. So we're going to play it again. And talking about all the promotions we have for the year, they're all included in this video done by Norb.
Emerald Downs and Norbcam. Where's the party? Emerald Downs, Emerald Downs, with my family. Emerald Downs, Emerald Downs, Emerald Downs. Yeah, Emerald Downs is the place I'm going. Great fun, great food, race horses are running. Live racing in the spring and summer. Free admission for those kids ages 17 and under. Now pay attention, I must mention the following dates are special occasions. Wear your best hat on Kentucky Derby Day. Then treat mom to a delicious buffet. Get down to the downs with smiling faces for zebras, camels, and ostrich races. Want to see something cute and picture worthy? Babies crawling to the finish in the diaper derby. Here's some dates you can't be missing. Every June there's Indian relay racing. Want to try some treats, meat or vegetables? Then you gotta check out the Food Truck Festival. On July 3rd you may have heard fireworks spectacular will rock your world. If cute little puppies are more your pace, make sure you're here for the Wiener Dogs race. We celebrate La Comunidad Latina, Fiesta, Premio Esmeralda, with Hispanic food and mariachi bands, and some special horses that can actually dance. In the second half of the Downs racing season, why should you go? Here's a few good reasons. Next up's one of my favorite dates, cause what's more cuter than a corgi race? Every August it's your mission to come to the Downs for this yearly tradition. Championship Sunday, Long Acres Mile. Trust me when I say it's gonna really be wild. September racing, yeah, what's up? It's Italian Day and the Washington Cup, a pizza eating contest for those who dare. We got simulcast racing throughout the whole year.